latest developments of Tokyo Revenge's manga, we had Takemichi having his visions of what's about to happen in the near future. He had visions of Senju being injured as he shook hands with her. He did have this vision before, but that was too confusing for him. But the second time he had this vision, things become a bit clear to him, as he saw the amusement park that they were in, and it was raining too. So it didn't take much time for Takemichi to realize that the vision that he had will be happening soon in that present day and in that exact amusement park that they are in. And as Takemichi was thinking all of this, Inupi dashes to Draken's store and informs him that people from Rokuhara Tandai are heading towards Hanagaki. In chapter 220, members of Rokuhara had already reached Hanagaki, and as they were clarifying that the person standing in front of them is actually Takemichi or not, he realizes that the target is not Senju but him. And one of the members pulls out a gun and everything becomes clear to Takemichi. He realizes that Senju is protecting him. Senju got the air of what's happening outside and dashes towards Hanagaki. Takemichi realizes that she is gonna die if this goes on. So he shouts and tells her to stay away from him and jumps in front of Senju, and the member of Rokuhara pulls the trigger. But there was no casualty because he obviously missed. And as he was about to pull the trigger again, our man Draken arrives and saves both of them, thus ending the chapter. Now, what's for chapter 221? Now that Senju is safe, what is there to predict? That's what you all must be thinking. But what if I say, no, Senju can still die? Yes, there is a valid reason for me saying this. It's because if you go back to chapter 220, Takemichi clearly mentions that Senju was injured on her head. As she says, she has fulfilled her promise of saving Hanagaki. Now, the weapon that the members of Rokuhara was using against Hanagaki and Senju was a gun. And any normal person would know that if anyone is shot in the head, they will die immediately. But Senju, being injured to her head, still talked to Hanagaki in his vision, if you all remember. So, what does that mean? Is she safe yet or not? To be precise, no. She has to get hit by something on her head pretty hard, which doesn't kill her instantly and allows her to stay conscious to speak to someone. So, will Takemichi be able to save Kawaragi in chapter 221? That's what we have to see. Now that Draken has come to their aid, there is less to worry. But Senju being a new character, even though the chances are slim of her death, the threat still remains. Now, Senju is strong, and that's why she could become the leader of Brahman. So, who could give her such devastating injury that kills her? Of course, not these small fries. Yes, it has to be South Terrano, as we cannot expect Mikey to appear this soon in this arc, and we also have this unfinished fight between Draken and South. Plus, he might also hold a grudge against Senju as she beat him in front of his gang with just a freaking umbrella. Draken really got his ass kicked in chapter 211, and he didn't get the chance to pay him back in chapter 214 as the police arrived and the fight was cancelled. So, it would be quite fascinating to see Draken taking down that giant, and man, it has been long since we had seen Draken fight. Oh, and guys, please hit the subscribe button and like the video, as I'll be covering Tokyo Revenge's manga chapter reviews and upcoming manga chapter predictions. So, if you don't wanna miss out on it, go ahead and subscribe the channel. So, that's it for the video guys, and see you people until next time.